This video is all about how to talk to your doctor, and honestly, it's a little bit awkward to talk about because what I realize is I'm doing some of the things that I'm going to tell you to not do. And it's kind of a funny experience because being in the healthcare world, when you're talking and working with people all day long, sometimes you don't understand when bad habits kick in as a healthcare provider. And so anybody that's been in the office where you've had the experience that I'm going to tell you how to avoid, I sincerely apologize. One of the reasons why I decided to make this video is I had an experience as a healthcare participant going to a doctor's office to get my teeth evaluated. What I did is I scheduled off some time to go in, get the procedure done, and then I recognized, oh my gosh, I'm doing some of the things, and then I said, I'm going to take this experience and generate it into a positive. So I scheduled some time off to go get a problematic tooth looked at. I thought I was going to go in, have an evaluation, I was going to have the procedure done, and then I would be back to work the next day. And so I went into the professional's office, I filled in the paperwork, I sat down, I had my mind racing, a million things to do, and then he came in, he said, this is what we should do for your condition, and I said, great, I'm ready to go. He said, no, today is just the consultation. Later on, we're going to have to schedule a procedure. And it really ruffled me just a little bit because I thought, oh my gosh, I've scheduled off a day of patients to go get this procedure done. Now I'm going to have to reschedule another day. So the takeaways from that was I decided, oh my God, if anybody comes to the office that has particularly traveled long distances, I'm going to make sure that I do something for them that day. And so it's really important in our office that we not only tell you what's wrong, can we fix it, how long will it take, how much will it cost, but we actually start the process on the day. But the other thing that I left that I didn't even think about is I had all these questions that I should have asked and should have communicated with my doctor for my condition. So I said, hey, let me make a video on how to really talk to your doctor. So the first thing is to have a great doctor experience. You want to find a doctor that you like, because believe it or not, doctors treat patients differently on the people that they like versus they don't like. I know that's kind of a foreign concept to some people that, hey, you treat people that you like in your life better than you treat people that you don't like. But here's the other benefits or things that you should do if you want a great relationship with your doctor. The first one is write down your medical history. It speeds things up so much faster if you'll say, this is what's wrong, this is what I've done to correct it, these are the medical treatments that I've done, these are the alternative medical treatments that I've done, these are the things that I'd like to try or that I want to try, or this is what I've tried, this is what I've taken. And it doesn't matter what it is, because the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. And so one of the things that I look at when I'm evaluating a patient history is I want to know what you've done, because if it would work, you wouldn't be in the office. The other thing is to write down a list of your medications, but also a list of the supplements that you take consistently. It's also really nice to have a daily review. And what a daily review is that means this is how the symptom or condition is affecting me in my daily life. It's nice to bring in a list of questions. It's also really nice to tell the healthcare provider, these are what my expectations are. I'm coming to your office because I expect this procedure or this treatment or this information or this consultation, because it's easier to live up to patients' expectations if you know what the expectations are. It's also really nice to bring someone with you to the visit so that they can help and ask questions, and that they can help to take the information that your doctor tells you to do and help you implement it. It's almost like an accountability partner. Because if you're doing bad things and you're secretly addicted to fast food, or you're secretly addicted to soda, or maybe you're openly admitting that I drink things or I eat things that I shouldn't, if someone in your inner circle knows what the doctor is telling you, to not eat Doritos all the time, or to cut back on your Oreos, or to drink less soda pop, what happens is it really does have an impact on your health. The other things, a way to communicate with your doctor is to ask questions, to be a researcher into your health. And then I think that the most important question to ask your doctor is to say this: Dr. West, if I am your favorite niece, your wife, your cousin, your best friend, what treatments would you do? When you ask those questions, many times you'll get a different response than if you just say, what would you recommend? I know that's kind of interesting, but it's really, really an interesting concept. I had this experience happen with a patient that called me from a doctor's office. Granted, he had a very serious healthcare condition. He called me up and said, Dr. West, I'm in Dr. So-and-so's office. This is the treatment that he's proposed. What do you think of the treatment? And my response was, well, Glenn, why don't you ask the doctor if you can talk to a survivor of the treatment? And I had a pause for a minute, and then the patient said, the doctor says that there aren't any survivors. Now, granted, it was a very serious condition. It was related to an ongoing aggressive cancer. And my response to the patient was, look, I'm not a specialist, but if those are my options, I think what I would do is to go home, get my affairs in order, spend as much quality relationship time with my loved ones, because if there's no survivors of the treatment, I'm not sure that I would do the treatment. Now, granted, that's an extreme case, but if you walk into your doctor's office with your medical history, with how it affects your life, a daily review, the prescriptions that you have, the supplements that you have, and a list of your expectations, you're going to have an amazing experience with the doctor, and you're going to leave the office without unanswered questions, and you want to have a plan, because out of all the investments that you have, I would argue that the investment in your health is the most important. So those are the tips on how to improve the relationship with your doctor and how to actually talk to your doctor, and then always ask them the question, if this was you or if this was a loved one, what treatments or recommendations would you have? This is Dr. West. We'll see you on the next video.